Court side, Wyoega Fremont High School, a couple of minutes away from the start of the second half. We take a look at individual scoring. Not a lot to go around in this low-scoring affair. Winneconne up on Wyoega Fremont, 22-21. Leading all in that first half, Macy Shenick getting the start for the Indians. Perfect from the line, 9 points. 5 points for Danielle Ostring, 4 for Jenny Hellwig, and 3 for Mariah Hulbert. On the other side of the ledger for the Winneconne Wolves, 8 points for Michaela Russell off the bench, 6 for Courtney Swanland, 3s for Kristen McAdoe and Jenna Brine, and 2 for Holly Van Dam. Again, it's Winneconne 22, Wyoega Fremont 21. The winner of this game is going to play Xavier for the regional semifinals. They are second seed in the bracket, and John, they're actually here scouting the game, and thus far, they're not going to be too impressed with either team.
No, and if Wyoega pulls this game out, it could work to their advantage because, like I was saying off the air, a lot of times kids really don't evaluate what they see very well. They'll overestimate a team they think played well or underestimate a team that's played poorly. And but anyway, in the first half, both teams shooting extremely poorly. Wyoega Fremont, 8 of 31 for 26%, 4 of 7 from the free throw line. They were beat on the boards in that first half, 24-20. They gave up 10 offensive rebounds to a much smaller and younger team. They had only 6 turnovers, which is well within the range that you can accept. Winneconne, 7 of 27, also 26%. 24 big rebounds in that first half. That's unreal. 10 turnovers, but it didn't really hurt them. And 4 of 7 as well from the free throw line. Wyoega Fremont has to play better on-ball defense. They have to take away the strong hand. They have to clean up the defensive glass. Jenny Hellwig with just 3 defensive rebounds. They're getting beat up on the glass. And they have to execute. They have to finish around the basket. They're getting there, but they're not finishing. They need to come to stops, get fouled, take advantage of their foul advantage that they had in the first half in the second half.
We're looking at an all-sophomore starting team kind of pieced together by Winneconne, and still a fairly young 4 junior and 1 senior starting lineup of the Wyoega Fremont Indians without one of their starters.
They've got to come out here with a sense of urgency to start, Wyoega right away in a 1-3-1.
As Winneconne will start the possession in the second half. A 3 on the corner. Swanland in and out. That was close. Rebound Winneconne momentarily, but Ellen Schrader picks up the loose ball. They will come back in our direction as Wyoega Fremont working away from the cafeteria towards our broadcast corner. Early third quarter, 22-21 Winneconne. Indians a chance to tie or go up. Shenick high on the right, Ostring high on the left, along with Hellwig, Hulbert, and Schrader. Those are your 5 for the Indians, and the starting 5 are back out there for the Wolves. Nice pass underneath to Schrader, but a clearing out foul. She was working against Swanland.
Jenny Hellwig, now that they're down on our end, what she's doing, she's getting pushed way off the block by the smaller players, and she's not getting square to the ball. So it's very difficult angle to get the ball into her with that situation taking place.
5'6" sophomore Swanland trying to cover much bigger Ellen Schrader. Swanland with her second. Indians inbound under the Wolf basket. Shenick trying some nifty footwork out on the point, but Dave comes up with it. And as McAdoe came in, I believe they're going to call Shenick with the foul.
More over effect.
Okay, so credit Macy Shenick with disrupting that steal, and Indians get the ball back. Shenick will get it in their own backcourt. So there we have to see the intangible hustle, and right now Indians are picking up that hustle just a little bit.
There's another push. Now Ellen Schrader does a much better job of posting up. She gets her spot above the block and then holds her ground, and another push-off underneath on her back.
And they're just about ready to get Courtney Swanland fouled out. She'll have to take a seat with 3, and Carly Volk with 2 come back in. So whatever post player they try, between the 2 of them, they have 5 personals. Inbound from Hulbert. She gets it right back, and she buries the 3. We've seen them do that this year. Mariah Hulbert gets her own inbound pass and puts it in.
And again, Wyoega Fremont in an extended 1-3-1 zone trap. And there's the turnover.
24-22 Indians in a tie-up as Ellen Schrader tied up the ball handler. Fame possession arrow will go back to the Indians on the turnover.
Yeah, and that's a great great ploy by Coach Titus. A completely different look to start the third quarter. Unprepared as Winneconne.
If you're both going to be a little lackadaisical in the shooting, you might as well try to get the other off guard even more. Hellwig with a nice move, almost got picked off in the paint, but she spins to her right hook shot and puts it in. Beautiful shot.
But a 9-foot hook shot, you don't see that in a girls' game very
often. All the shots with the left hand as well. 26-22 Indians. They have flipped a bit of a switch in the second half.
Well, definitely the 1-3-1 has been disruptive so far to Winneconne, and they still haven't quite figured out how to break this down. And he may have to switch back to a straight man again, but it's a different look, and it's working right now.
Wolves get it tapped out by the Indians. They will inbound side out. Bain gets it. Hellwig in her back court. And Bain gets tied up as Hellwig tries to go to the floor with it, but it's picked up by McAdoo. McAdoo crossed the paint to a teammate, and that was Volk. Volk's first basket. Winneconne back to within 2. Shenik with a shot from beyond the arc, no good, and a long rebound is picked up by Winneconne and Van Dam. She'll tap to Russell. Russell will want her other guard to come back and help her out. Bain. That's Bain with an M. 26-24 still Indians. Pop pass into Van Dam, top of the key. She tries to pivot against Hellwig, but she has to give it up. Bain on the swing, up the right lane line. Oh, and a tough shot, no good. Tapped out by McAdoo. It'll go back to the Indians.
Again, Winneconne, once they get through that 1-3-1 zone, they're doing a nice job of attacking. And now Winneconne back in a man-to-man. Waiwega has to execute in their half court.
Macy Shenik brings it in, but fires it too far for Hellwig on the entry pass. Russell comes up with it for Winneconne. We've seen that tonight. Too many errant passes. And travel on her way in, and she'll turn it over to the Indians.
Empty possession. When you make that fake, you can't waggle the ball sideways. You got to go straight up or rip through and go. When you waggle the ball, you tend to move both feet.
Indians still unable to pull away from Winneconne. Still early, though. Mid-third quarter. Hellwig comes in from high on the left. Nice fire to Ostring. Low baseline. No good. Rebound Schrader. Contact, no call, no basket. Mariah Holberto gets it from outside, and she ices it. Her third three-pointer. Indians up by 5. As we look at Holbert, she is 32% from beyond the arc and shot. She's taken over 100 shots from beyond the arc. Hellwig with a turnover. Over to Holbert and in.
That's a great pass by Hellwig right there. Winneconne could use a timeout right now, but they burned some just to save possessions early in the game. And he's not taking it now because now they could use one while we got on a run.
11 points for Mariah Holbert en route to now a 7-point lead. An 8-point run here for Waiwega Fremont. And a wide open shot from the right elbow for Van Dam. No good. Rebound ripped down to Ostring. Indians. Midway point of the third quarter up by 7. Shenik picks up. Goes cross court to Hellwig. High on the left. Hellwig looked to shoot, but she'll go stops to Shenik. Working around the horn to the right. Back up top, high on the left, Holbert, exactly 4 minutes to go. Holbert fires to Ostring.
Nice.
Up and moves, up and in.
That's impressive move there. Up and under, a double up and under move, finishes with a hook shot.
Absolutely outstanding, Danielle Ostring. 5'10" junior forward, that's 7 points for her. Now a 9-point Indian lead, and the Winneconne Wolves chuck it away in the paint. As Ellen Schrader, and Jenny Hellwig down with the knee, folks. This is not looking good as Ellen Schrader, along with Hellwig, had a fast break opportunity. And, John, this is not a good sight for Waiwega Fremont.
I think she's going to be okay. I think she banged it. I don't think she turned it. I'm not 100% sure, but I think she banged it.
She was on her feet when she held her left knee. 3:33 to go, third quarter, 33-24, Waiwega Fremont lead. We will step out as they attend to Jenny Hellwig. As the coach and trainer are out there, and right now Jenny Hellwig in some pain on the floor underneath the Winneconne basket. We will step out for an injury timeout. Again, 3:33 remaining third quarter. It's Indians 33, Wolves 24. We're back on WDUX after this timeout.
Farmers State Bank has some very good news for you. We have money to lend, and we want to help you buy, build, or remodel the home of your dreams. And the news gets even better. Not only will you get a good news rate, but our experienced lenders will help you structure your loans so it fits your needs and lifestyle. Like we have for 100 years now, the good news people will be there for you. Farmers State Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
We got good news. Now pass the word.
First National Bank has assembled a team of professionals to serve your financial needs. A team that can serve you with locations in Wapaka, Wyoweka, Iola, Clintonville, Marion, Seymour, and Shiocton. First National is ready to help with your money matters, from checking and savings to IRA accounts to loans for any worthwhile purpose. You'll find First National Bank to be team players, serving you with 7 locations throughout Mid-Wisconsin. Member FDIC, from their team to yours. Good luck, Indians.
Cash in on big deals from WDUX. Every day you can save up to 50% at dozens of local businesses. Get 20 to 50% off every day on products and services from local merchants throughout central Wisconsin. It's easy and convenient. Visit WDUXradio.com and click on the Big Deals logo. You'll find savings from Timber Creek Gift Shop, Just Losing It, Animal Haven Zoo, and numerous other participating businesses. Save 20 to 50% every day. Look for your big deals right now at WDUXradio.com.
And Jenny Hellwig for Wapaka Fremont helped off the floor. She could not put any weight on that left leg. And John, the concern is, when I saw her hold her knee, she was standing up. She was not on the floor, and it looks like more of a turning type injury, and she was in a lot of pain.
Yes, she was. Hopefully she banged the knees. That's what you got to hope for. Because, like you said, you didn't think she hit it when she hit the floor. Before that, so hopefully that's what it is.
They have ice on her right now as into the ball game is Maggie Connect. Mariah Hulbert inbound under the Winneconne basket, up by 9. She gets it, and that was the same play. This time she's covered, though, in the corner by Russell, unable to fire off that three-pointer. Up top, Kapitsky into the ball game, and they throw it away. Up with it is McAdoe the other way. Stops, and as Ostring came in, she fouled the shooter, and Winneconne with the foul on the floor. They will inbound under the Indian basket. Tough break for Danielle as she, they're going to call it on Hulbert. That is her third.
Yeah, I didn't like the call. I thought she traveled before there was any foul.
She stopped and shuffled a foot right under the basket as 2 Indians were coming in to defend her on the fast break attempt.
Now Joel's going to have to take out Hulbert. So you got your 2 leading players that are going to be sitting out. He's leaving Hulbert in.
He's taking out instead Maggie Connect. He'll have to leave Hulbert in with 3 fouls midway through the third quarter. Calculated move.
Very dangerous.
Inbounding is Winneconne into the Indian basket. A momentary look for Swanland, but instead she yields to Bain, breaking in off the window and in. MJ Bain, she's a little fire plug for Winneconne, her first bucket. Back to within 7. Indians quickly in the forecourt, and Hulbert can't handle the baseline pass. It goes back to Winneconne and Russell. 3 minutes to go. Russell fires in the corner. 3 on the way. Good! Oh my! McAdoe opens up the floodgate. Back to within 4. Mariah Hulbert, just a moment, was going to look at a 3. Instead, they work it underneath Ellen Schrader. No good on the baseline shot. 1-0 back to Wolves. McAdoe. She says she tries to drive it in the paint. It's picked up by Schrader. Wide open, Mariah Hulbert, and she gets the lay-in.
That was big because Winneconne was on a little mini 5-point run there. Stopped leading with a turnover and a layup.
Indians with a run of their own to start this third quarter to get up close to double-digit lead. Winneconne comes back, but Indians able to get back to a 6-point lead. A drive up the right lane line for Volp is no good. 1-0 back to the Indians. Indians fast break. Kapinski high on the left, takes a shot off the front iron, no good. One of those 50-50, may or may not want to take a shot like that. And a travel as Swanland worked her way to the sideline, turns it over to the Indians. Indians with Hulbert taking a rest. Maggie Connect back into the ballgame as John is checking on the injury update to to Jenny Hellwig. What's the story?
One of their assistants said that he feels like she just banged it.
Okay.
So is the case. That's good news.
And if you bang that kneecap just right, that can be painful.
Extremely painful.
2 minutes exactly counting in the third quarter. 35. 35-29. Indian lead. Indians with it. Maggie Connect high on the left, looking for Schrader. Left to her, and the perimeter pass is picked off by Lupke. Lupke hits the deck. Ball goes out of bounds, and they're going to stay back to the Indians.
Lucky break there in the Indians. Receiving turnovers. Indians need to hang on to this tenuous 6-point lead with Jenny Hellwig on the bench, injured, and Albert with 3 fouls. And Albert has to play matador defense right now on the other end.
And you're going to have to rely on the likes of Ellen Schrader, their senior post player underneath. And as Mariah got a pass, they're going to call a travel. That was Kapitsky. Pardon me, that was Ostring trying to pass it in and working around her defender, shuffled the feet. Winneconne will inbound without pressure in the backcourt, down by 6. 90 seconds left in the third quarter. Bryan will bring it in uncontested. She'll meet up with Shenik. She'll go to her right, and that's McAdoe. Right corner. Back up top as Russell picks up a screen and a beautiful shot from beyond the right elbow. That's 10 points for her. Winneconne back to within 4. And a pass underneath for Ostring. She gets fouled as taking a piggyback ride was Van Dam. And that should send Schrader to the line.
No, Ostring. Schrader made the pass. She's starting to really play well right now. She's the girl posting up the most right now. She's getting fouled. She's rebounding. She's passing. But she needs help.
The first personal on reserve freshman Lupke for Winneconne. First one is missed by Danielle. Winneconne brings in a player as well. The Indians will with Kapitsky. They will rest Mariah Hulbert.
Yeah, it's a good play by Joel Ditas. He threw the dice a little bit there. Got a couple more minutes out of her, but now he has to protect her for the last minute and 8 seconds.
Danielle Ostring ready for her second free throw attempt. It's up over the rim on the bounce and in. Danielle is 2 for 4 from the line. That's 8 points for her. 36-31 Indian lead. 1:03 to go. Winneconne in the forecourt. Russell goes to her right, and that's Swanland. She's got a 3-pointer thus far. She tries to work it in, instead has to go out to Bryan. They reset things. A drive, stop for McAdoe. Across the paint, no good for Van Dam. Rebound Indians. Macy Shenik floating, but she'll have to wait for numbers. They bounce it high, low, back high again, and a left corner shot for Van de Parkby. That's for Ostring, no good. Rebound, Wolves. 33 seconds to go. They're in the forecourt. A drive for Russell up the left lane line, and a nice skip pass across the Van Dam. She'll put it in, back to within 3.
Again, Wyowega's defense, nothing like we saw it against Amherst.
36-33, Indians still lead, a chance to stretch it before the fourth quarter.
They're going to try to hold it for one. Should have been a foul.
Ellen Schrader gets it low right baseline, and the ball is ripped away. Jump ball, possession arrow turned over to Winneconne. So down by 3 in 5 seconds. They'll try to go full court and get one back to within more manageable.
Both teams turned the ball over a ton in that third quarter. But Wywega had a nice lead going. That's when Jenny Hellwig went down. She's not in any great pain right now. She's icing that knee. Hopefully we can see her back in that fourth quarter.
2 in and 2 out for Winneconne. They get inbound with 4 seconds to go. Shot off from half court. No good. That was by Swanland. And we head to the fourth quarter. We'll see what it brings in store. Still low shooting percentages on both teams. But it's right now Indians 36. Winneconne 33. We're back for the fourth quarter on WDUX in 60 seconds.
Spring is just around the corner. With it comes the WDUX Home Show, featuring businesses to help with your home fix-up plans, landscaping and yard projects, and recreational adventures. Mark your calendar for March 31st and April 1st. For business owners interested in displaying a booth in the show, call WDUX for more information. Toll free 800-221-WDUX or visit our website, WDUXradio.com. The WDUX Home Show coming March 31st and April 1st at the Wapaka Expo Center.
Have your anniversary announced on WDUX for a chance to win a $20 gift certificate from Firefly Floral and Gifts or Fletcher's Jewelry. One winner will be announced the last Monday of every month. Email your name, address, and anniversary date to mail at WDUX.net, fax it 715-258-7711, or mail it to Anniversaries, Box 247, Wapaka 54981. Here are the anniversaries of the week. Monday mornings at 7 from Firefly Floral, Fletcher's Jewelry, and WDUX.
And the student section for Wywega Fremont once again getting a little FaceTime on the radio. it's the director's fault for not getting it quite all on there. And to start the fourth quarter, Indians with the possession and stepping right on the baseline to try to save it in the forecourt was Bailey Kapinski. They turn it right back to Winneconne.
And again, I said turnovers. 9 turnovers for Winneconne in that quarter. 7 for Fremont. Doesn't look like Jenny Hoeg's coming in anytime soon.
Nope, she is still kind of nursing that left knee, sitting on a chair next to the bench. Winneconne will only down by 3. This is getting dangerous to drive for Swanland. She gets fouled.
Boy, we got back to the 1-3-1. The one thing that they're letting happen that cannot happen, they can't allow that ball to go to the high post, and that's the first pass Winneconne's trying to make. Step around her, 3/4 that high post. That's the free throw line. Take that away, and you're going to be in business.
Swanland heads to the line for Winneconne. Just 20 seconds into this fourth quarter. And the first one is off the front iron, no good on this 2-shot foul.
Foul's not an issue for either team here in the fourth quarter, but could very well come down to free throws, because it's do or die, in tournament play. And if you have to foul, you will foul. Next one of 2.
7 points for her. Up by 2 are the Indians. Macy Shenik brings it in. It'll be Shenik-Colbert along with Schrader. Connect now with it. And Ostring, those are your 5 for the Indians. And likely we'll get a lot of minutes out of these girls in this fourth quarter. And they're going to say that the ball is turned over as Ostring, pardon me, that was Van Dam, hit the baseline with a ball as she tried to save it for Winneconne. It'll go over to the Indians.
Why, we just turning it over. They're making passes they think should be there, but they're not. And they need to bounce pass. They're trying to pass it over the top, and they're losing them.
Excuse me, I believe that was Ellen Schrader for the Indians. And a straight on 3, no good for Russell. Out of bounds, untouched on the air ball. It'll go back to the Indians. So, again, lackluster start to the fourth quarter. You can tell that there are tired players out there, John. It'll come down to the last one standing in this one.
Yeah, I think Shenik can get to the rim, and they got to find a way to get Colbert some more shots.
Schrader gets it on the high post. She'll have to work it around the perimeter. Maggie connects. Right corner. Bounce pass underneath.
Oh, there's a foul.
No good. We were thinking that Swanland should have had her 4th. No foul, no basket. Swanland gets another end, and a stop jump into the paint. No good. Ellen Schrader rebound. That might have been just the electricity that the Indians might need. And Joel Titus getting the attention of the official. A full timeout. We will step out and do the same. Early fourth quarter, 6:40 remaining. Indians 36, Wolves 34. We're back on WDUX after this full Indians timeout.
Cash in on big deals from WDUX. Every day you can save up to 50% at dozens of local businesses. Get 20 to 50% off every day on products and services from local merchants throughout central Wisconsin. It's easy and convenient. Visit WDUXradio.com and click on the Big Deals logo. You'll find savings from Timber Creek Gift Shop, Just Losing It, Animal Haven Zoo, and numerous other participating businesses. Save 20 to 50% every day. Look for your big deals right now at WDUXradio.com.
Listen for tax tips on WDUX. ABC News presents financial experts to offer you timely advice and helpful hints in filing your 2011 tax returns. Listen for this special series of tax tips every Monday through Friday morning at 7:28 and Friday afternoons at 12:30. Tax tips on WDUX are sponsored by Brian Smith Accounting Service and Family Tax Services. Listen for ABC News tax tips twice daily, 7:28 and 12:30 weekdays on WDUX.
Off the Indian timeout, almost every player peeking up for a Jenny Hellwig just to make sure that she's doing okay.
She's not walking around at all, so she's not trying to limber that thing up to try to get back in the game. I don't think that's going to happen. Wyega Fremont's going to have to tough it out with what they have.
Ellen Schrader with her second personal foul. Indians go off the timeout, control the possession. Holbert gets the baseline, runs into traffic, and there is Swanland to come up with it. Right wing to Bryan. Bryan back up to Swanland for 3, and she's off the mark. You can see that from back here. Air ball again, back to the Indians.
Again, exchanging air balls from Winneconne with turnovers from Wyega.
Indians, no pressure in the backcourt. Connect. We'll go back to Shenik. Shenik brings it up the gut. And she picked up her dribble as the player that she was coming in with went into the forecourt, and she had no one to pass to as she pulled up her dribble. And that's one thing about Shenik. She's great with the ball, and she's great with the feet and strong, but every once in a while, you can disrupt her out there on the point, as she probably won't make that mistake again in this quarter. Bain will bring it into the right corner. We'll get it back up to Swanlin. Goes to the well again. No good. Ostring rebound. She'll tap to Shennick. Shennick dribbles in traffic. Fires it to Holbert in the corner. Holbert brings it out up top. Cross court to Shennick. Shennick working high on the right. Looking for a breaking Holbert. No can do. She'll take it to the key. And it's tipped out of bounds. Indians will inbound side out. Winneconne side.
Winneconne's doing a real nice job on Holbert. They're beating her across the paint on cuts, and they're really helping on the screeners, really helping a lot, and so they're not giving her good touches where she wants that ball.
Right, Holbert looking, gets it right to Schrader, and Schrader wanted to get it back to Holbert, but she'll have to dribble her way out to the top of the perimeter. Looking for Shennick, goes left side Holbert. Holbert fires it in to connect high on the elbow, and she gets the ball tied up. What a play by M.J. Bain, but a timeout.
That time
Joel
got it.
So he snuck it in right before the possession. We'll keep it right here. 5:37, early mid-fourth quarter. Indians hanging on to a tight lead, 36-34 over Winneconne. These are the timeouts that Coach Shearer was taking early in the first quarter for Winneconne. Right now, Joel taking it for the Indians.
That was a pretty good one there, because these possessions are huge. Both really not taking care of the ball very well, especially Waiwega right now. And the turnovers have come in bunches, and they're catching up to the turnover total of Winneconne. And execution, it just hasn't been there, and they're trying to force some things. I like Ellen Schrader in the post, to be honest with you. Winneconne had a couple fouls, didn't get called, but I'd go back to her in there. She seems to really want the ball in there, and she's effective.
And only 2 personals. She's worked up against Swanlin. Swanlin at 5'6", John, has shown that she's pretty strong against the much taller Ellen Schrader, as she's kind of become their defensive specialist and workhorse for Winneconne. As Shennick gets the inbound, and there you go. Made a strong move to the hoop. She gets fouled by McAdoo and will head to the line. You've been waiting for that all night, and it finally came to fruition.
Again, though, Winneconne was there with their help defense. She just didn't get square to Shennick, and she did a nice job of contorting her body so that she didn't charge.
McAdoo, her first foul, as Shennick heads to the line for her third time, and she continues to pour them in. She is 4 for 4 from the line as Macy Shennick thus far. And I'm not officially jinxing her as of yet. And she showed me through 5 of 5. And John, you're looking at about a 42% free throw shooter.
Boy, she got a nice looking stroke. She's very confident, but they have to continue to make those down the stretch of this game.
38%. 5:20 left in this fourth quarter, and a breaking Swanlin gets the pass and puts it in. Beautiful feed from her teammate. I believe that was McAdoo.
Swanlin's good.
She has pretty much been their workhorse for Winneconne in the second half. Holbert looked to find the right baseline, but no can do. Gets it up to Shennick. Shennick gets caught at the top of the key. Over to Holbert. High on the right. Down to Ostring. She dribbles it off her foot, but I saw it go off her own foot.
Yeah, so did I. And again, Winneconne is playing really good team defense. Really good. As diminutive as they may be, they play really good team defense.
It'll be Indian ball under the Winneconne basket. Quick substitution for the Wolves. Indians with Holbert looking, inbounding under the Wolf basket. She gets it one-handed into Ostring, but it's tipped out.
Again, Winneconne is denying anything into the paint. They just can't get anything in there.
Holbert, Ostring, along with Schrader, and also Shinnick in there for the Indians. Ostring gets heavily contested inbound. Goes to Schrader up top. Holbert for 3. Good. It's a melee. Holbert found herself open. Her 4th three-pointer, 41-36.
As good as job as they have done on her, she's been really patient. Hasn't forced up anything terrible at all. She's knocked down her points.
16 points for Mariah Holbert now as she's spread it open. A pass underneath for Van Dam, skip pass across baseline, and a travel as Swanlin made a nifty move, but it was right in front of the baseline official. Goes back to the Indians, and a timeout. Coach Shearer will do the same. 4:26 to go, fourth quarter. Waiwega Fremont 41, Winneconne 36. We're back on DUX in 30 seconds.
Spring
With it comes the WDUX Home Show, featuring businesses to help with your home fix-up plans, landscaping and yard projects, and recreational adventures. Mark your calendar for March 31st and April 1st. For business owners interested in displaying a booth in the show, call WDUX for more information. Toll free 800-221-WDUX or visit our website, WDUXradio.com. The WDUX Home Show coming March 31st and April 1st at the Wapaka Expo Center.
We are back courtside at Wyoming Fremont High School, a 5-point Lady Indian lead off of the full timeout, and right now we look to have a doctor.
Yeah, the trainer Gary Primo is looking at Jenny's knee. She does not seem to be in much pain right now, but he's just testing it. We'll know soon enough how that knee's going to be. We're not going to see Jenny, I don't think.
Definitely not quite. Nope. And if you can get by this game, you're definitely thinking down the road. But this is a heck of a game to get out of right now. As Hulbert, baseball pass with baseline finds Ostrom in the forecourt up. No good. Rebound Swanlin. How about that? Boy, she has been player of the game for Winneconne. Put a star next to her name. Only 9 points, but really has done the hustle for Winneconne up and down the court. Russell on her way in. It gets booted out of bounds. It'll stay Winneconne ball under the Indian basket.
And they got Gary Primo here, and he's very good about knowing what kind of injury we're looking at, whether she should go back in or should not, whether you can injure it further if you do. He's very good.
Winneconne gets the inbound, working to the far right corner, and a whistle. A three-pointer was made. It will not count as the foul happened, according to the official, before the three-point finish. It happened right in front of the Winneconne bench.
That was an example of... Oh, that was an illegal screen, I see. Okay, it's a turnover.
So not a foul on the ball, but a legal screen offensively, and it'll be turned over to the Indians. Boy, the Indians dodged the ball there. 41-36, Indian advantage as they will inbound under their own basket. And right now, Coach Shearer, well, actually it's Coach Phil Titus talking with the officials. As the referee now goes to the scorer's table. We are fairly close to the scorer's side of the gym, but just a little far away to catch any conversation. Perhaps John can prick an ear to what's going on.
No idea what's going on here.
4:04 remaining fourth quarter. It's still Indians up by 5. And in a game like this, you need to hang on to whatever you can. Nothing automatic in a game like this. It's been a battle of attrition since the tip. Players have been hitting the floor. And we even had players out before this game started. Connect gets the inbound, and she loses the handle. It goes into the Indian bench. Turnover back to Winneconne.
That is the order of the unforced variety. Once again, turnovers mounting for Wyoming Fremont.
Kapinski will be in, and she will substitute for Ellen Schrader. Simply a rest timeout for Ellen.
18th turnover for Wyoming Fremont now.
Midway mark of the fourth quarter, Winneconne down by 5. There they have it.
Boy, Ellen can't be out very well.
MJ Bates will bring it in left center. Still on the dribble, tries to pick up a screen, and she tries to get a little bit of a running pass to Swanlin, but it's in traffic. Indians come up with it. Kapinski brings it up. Gives it to Shenik. Baseball pass underneath. So a wide open for Ryan Hulbert. And now Indians up by 7, largest lead for most of this half.
Great job by Shenik, who was geared up to take that three-point shot. Finds a wide open Hulbert instead.
MJ Bates stops in. She goes right around Ostring to get that bucket, and a timeout on the floor. 3:26 to go, fourth quarter. It's now Indians 43, Wolves 38. We're back on DUX after this full 60-second timeout.
Have your anniversary
On WDUX for a chance to win a $20 gift certificate from Firefly Floral and Gifts or Fletcher's Jewelry. One winner will be announced the last Monday of every month. Email your name, address, and anniversary date to mail at WDUX.net, fax it 715-258-7711, or mail it to Anniversaries, Box 247, Wapaka 54981. Here are the anniversaries of the week, Monday mornings at 7 from Firefly Floral, Fletcher's Jewelry, and WDUX.
Cash in on big deals from WDUX. Every day you can save up to 50% at dozens of local businesses. Get 20 to 50% off every day on products and services from local merchants throughout central Wisconsin. It's easy and convenient. Visit WDUXradio.com and click on the Big Deals logo. You'll find savings from Timber Creek Gift Shop, Just Losing It, Animal Haven Zoo, and numerous other participating businesses. Save 20 to 50% every day. Look for your big deals right now at WDUXradio.com.
Off of the full timeout, Indians will face heavy backcourt pressure. Holbert gets it right back from the inbound. Holbert tries to go into the inlet pass to connect, and it's disrupted, broken up by Bain. Bain the other way, high off the window, no good. Loose ball rebound on the baseline. Macy Shinnick picks it up. She'll now be on the run, and she has to pick up 3:07 to go, up by 5 points. Indians working the perimeter. Ostring up top to Holbert, back to Ostring. Almost a travel. Yep. Almost. Wow. Referee's looking underneath. Indians got away with one there. Ostring gets caught high away from the perimeter, goes right side Holbert. Holbert gets brought down as MJ Bain got a hold of her offhand, brought her down, and that'll be the team's 6th personal.
Again, an odd timeout by Winneconne on that last. They made a basket. He calls timeout, but with 3:20 left, they've only got one left.
Wow.
And they could really wish they had some timeouts left in their bank if this comes down to the wire, and it looks like it very well may be.
Maggie Connect will sit. We have Ostring Schrader along with now Kapitsky in, along with Holbert and Shinnick. Ball goes underneath to Ostring. They bounce it out. Shinnick has it up top. Over 2.5 to go. Protecting a precarious 5-point lead. Shinnick is getting hounded by McAdoo. And no foul call on the perimeter. And Joel Titus wanted another timeout, and he is furious as he wanted to preserve possibly a turnover there. And he makes sure he comes back to apologize to the official. We'll keep it here, John. I tell you what.
He wasn't throwing at the referee. He was throwing his program at the fact that he had to burn that time out.
He made sure that the official knew that he was not disgusted with him. 2:28 to go, fourth quarter. Indians 43, Wolves 38. And John, I tell you what, Indians have had to grind. You can smell the burning oil with 2.5 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah, it's why we got Fremont is in total survival mode. Winneconne not giving up. They're doing a good job of protecting the basket. They're extending their defense, but they're not giving up anything easy, and they'll take fouls the rest of the way if they have to. Why we got big advantage at the free throw situation if they can convert.
Right.
They're in the bonus, and Winneconne's a long way from it. So, big advantage for Waiwega Fremont right now in that department because they can use fouls. They have fouls to give if it gets down to the end, and Winneconne has the ball.
And we should throw out the team stats for the season. 55% from the line as the team 5th in the Central Wisconsin 8. But tonight, we're just going to throw that out as everything starts fresh in the playoffs. The timeout, Indians are going to very much play keep away offensively, but the Winneconne Wolves are like flypaper and defensively an Ostring perhaps getting away with another foot shuffle. Macy Shinnick gets it to Holbert, who can't get it to drop. It's her own putback, no good. As Ostring comes to help out, Holbert with a third putback attempt, no good. Van Dam comes up with it. More importantly, you're winding down clock, but you want to get at least a point or two. And a long one for McAdoo, no good. Rebound off the knee of Ostring. It'll stay with the Winneconne Wolves under the Indian basket. Wow. So Winneconne will bring back in Swanland. She had just a short rest. In is Johnson as well as Russell. And they will sit another player.
Oh, boy, we are really dodging a lot of bullets right now.
Big time. Mariah Holbert will defend Swanland. on the inbound. She's still looking. She gets it right into the corner, working up top and around to the left side. McAdoo on the right. Swanland with a three. Oh, buried it.
That was off a set play. Very similar to what the Comet boys run over to Wapaka. But now we got a 2-point game.
43-41 Indians, 92 seconds left in regulation. Ostring, right baseline, and a foul. And looks to be pointing right to Maggie Connect. As,
double foul. There's no such thing.
Man,
he went after those girls like it was some sort of felonious assault. And double foul, what's that?
So it's the fourth foul on Swanland. That's huge. And they just flashed who that was for, that had to be Maggie Connect. That would be her third as well for Waiwega Fremont. Pardon me, Bailey Kapinski. And a 1-and-done for the Indians. It goes back to the Winneconne Wolves. And yep, that is the third foul on Bailey Kapinski. 1:14 to go. 43-41 Indians, but Winneconne has it. We're down to the wire. They work perimeter. That is Swanland.
I'd keep it out of her hands.
She does give it away to Brian. Gets it right back to Swanland. She's being guarded by Holbert. They get it into Van Dam, right lane line. She bodies up against Ostring, loses the ball, and Indians come up with it. But a timeout as Coach Joel Titus took the timeout, but I believe right as the Indians got the possession, he was going to try to keep that tie-up from happening. Possession arrow Winneconne. We'll keep it right here.
Yeah, I don't know how many timeouts he has left, but it's not much. But we're down to 54 now, so both coaches are okay with timeouts. I think they've each saved one here, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
So Waiwega with the ball, 54 seconds and a 2-point lead. The one thing they can't do here is turn it over. They don't want to just try to hold it. I don't know if Winneconne will foul right away or not. I wouldn't think they would because they turned Waiwega over so many times. I'm thinking if Waiwega tries to hold it, Winneconne says, great. The only thing that can happen is bad for you. So it's all going to come down to taking care of the rock here last 50 seconds.
And the only advantage, John, in a game like this is you're at the chess match point. If this were what we would call a gem of a game where both teams are really executing well, you would think, yeah, either foul a game or try to hold it. But in a game like this, if you're the Indians, you really have to be glad that you're up by 2. You're in the driver's seat, but there's absolutely no guarantee.
No, Winneconne plays the better game of the two. They're just not as big and they're not as talented. You know, that's why Waiwega has played a poor game. That's just not up to their norm.
Mariah Holbert will try to inbound, heavily defended as we have players scattered all over the floor. And coming back is Kapinski, gets it right back to Holbert. 15 seconds into the forecourt. On the right-hand to left-hand dribble, Ellen Schrader will bring it around. She dribbles up top. Macy Shenik gets it. She gets fouled.
Okay, and that's, I don't know, based on what we see tonight, that's not who you want to foul. She's been money from the line, but we'll see because we go to the single bonus here.
Macy Shenik with 11 points on the night. She is not necessarily a high-scoring threat. She's mostly a defender as well as ball carrier. And she does average just under 5 points per game.
She's put up 9 shots tonight, though, so she's taken up some of the slack left by the void of Jenna Elway, who's been sitting the second half.
And right now, they will be resting.
Ooh, that was
a big free throw by Shenik. And it's Maggie Connect. And as you said, John, Macy Shenik absolutely money from the line today. Up by 3, a chance to stretch it to 2 possessions with 44 seconds to go, and she does. She is a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight. 45-41 Indians. Winneconne needs to dig deep. Maine will bring it up. Fires left corner. That's the one. Swanland. She's working against her defender. Picks up her dribble. Nowhere to go with it. Across court. Throws it away. When she picked up her dribble against Kapinski, she was between a rock and a hard place and threw it away with 31 seconds.
Now, Coach Titus gets his best free throw shooters in there. Gets Karen Schrader back in. And I get the ball to Shenik.
And the inbound goes right to center court. Ostring. She goes to Shenik. There you go. 26 seconds. Still on the dribble. She dribbles to center court. She's still on the dribble. 20 seconds. Gets it up, though.
Wow, that's good. Well done by Winneconne. Get it out of Shenik's hand. Call somebody else.
And that's Danielle Ostring will head to the line. She's 2 of 4 from the line tonight. And really not much on the season. She's not gotten herself to the line much before this ball game. Maggie Konecki, and they'll rest Ellen Schrader. 19 seconds left. 45-41 and a chance for some proverbial nails here for Danielle Ostring and the Waiwega Fremont Lady Indians. Off the front iron, no good rebound of Mariah Hulbert for the Indians. The page out of Winneconne's book, and coming to tackle her is MJ Bain, but not hard enough. But Mariah Hulbert now will head to the line, her first trip tonight. Hulbert on the season, she's the one, John. 84%. She just missed the minimum free throws to officially lead the conference, but 84% from the free throw line as Coach Joe Titus and take a running timeout during the free throw.
Somebody fouled out for Winneconne, so they can use this time to take an unofficial timeout.
MJ Bain fouling out.
And Hulbert, made plays down the stretch is what it came down to, and that's what you have to do when you're not playing well as a team. Somebody just has to step up and make plays.
And it's from the line for Macy Schenek. And now it's Mariah Hulbert with a chance. And it's in and out, no good. Rebound of Winneconne. And a foul on the way out, I believe.
It's a double bonus.
Okay, right. He was reminding us. As no one in the gym, including myself, realized that, Indians in the double bonus. As Mariah Hulbert heads back to the line. She missed the front ender. Up by 4. 45-41. Indians up by 4. 15 seconds left. Mariah Hulbert a chance to get it to 5. A little bit of a chuckle for everyone there as players were poised on what they thought was a 1-and-1. 5'8" junior guard for Waiwega Fremont. Twirls the ball. Eyes the rim, a beautiful switch. 5-point Indian advantage, 14 seconds left. McAdoo will bring it in, diagonal dribble. Still on the dribble, right corner against Schenek. She pivots under her, goes back up top of it. And that is Russell. Russell gets it right back for 3, in and out, no good. Rebound, put back, no good. And this one is over. The Indians dodge a huge bullet. And they come away with a victory in round 1 of the playoffs over Winneconne. 46-41, and John, a win is a win is a win. You look at it in the papers tomorrow, but not the best performance by either team, but you just have to be glad to get this one out of the way and head to Thursday.
Actually, I thought it was a very scrappy performance by Winneconne. I think that they were definite underdogs in this game, and they played very well. They didn't shoot particularly well, but they were really scrappy. I thought they played really good team defense against Waiwega Fremont. Now, on the other side, Waiwega Fremont did not play very well, but they managed to come out with a win, and it's the only thing that matters in tournament time is that W. And you just hope that you play better this game because you get one.
Exactly, and I misspoke. It's actually Friday will be the regional semifinal. We will talk all about that, and we'll also get you the stats and a chance to talk with a coach, Joel Titus. Once again, it's Lady Indians moving on over the Lady Wolves of Winneconne, 46-41. We're back courtside for your post-game programming on WDUX after this 2-minute timeout.
Want to get your lawn into shape this spring? Stop into Lowe's today and get 20% off when you buy 2 bags of Scott's Turf Builder. That's 20% off the Scott's fertilizer you need to kill major lawn weeds and build strong, deep roots now, and the Scott's fertilizer you'll need later in the year. And you can also save on bottles of soft soap liquid hand soap, previously $2.18, now only $1. Hurry into Lowe's for these and other great values every day. Lowe's, never stop improving. Offers valid through 3/11. Selection may vary by market. See store for details.
Nutritionists and scientists agree that blueberries are a food with amazing antioxidant properties. But eating blueberries alone won't get you all the health benefits you need. That's why I created Blue Science, a revolutionary line of nutritional supplements that combines the best of blueberries, blueberry extracts, and other special plant extracts. One capsule of Blue Science contains more pterostilbene than 500 cartons of blueberries. Pterostilbene is a compound found in blueberries that helps your body's cellular activities and supports heart health, anti-aging, weight management, and more. Unlock the power of blueberries with Blue Science. Available at Walgreens and GNC.
Out your red leather jacket or those rubber band bracelets. Saturday nights on FM 92.7. We're taking it back to the 80s with Backtracks USA. Backtracks USA. 2 hours of retro 80s hits from the decade that brought us Miami Vice and Moonwalking. Plus, get 80s trivia, news, where are they now updates, and chances to win. Join us Saturday nights at 10 for the ultimate 80s party on FM 92.7 WDUX.
Listen for tax tips on WDUX. ABC News presents financial experts to offer you timely advice and helpful hints in filing your 2011 tax returns. Listen for this special series of tax tips every Monday through Friday morning at 7:28 and Friday afternoons at 12:30. Tax tips on WDUX are sponsored by Brian Smith Accounting Service and Family Tax Services. Listen for ABC News Tax Tips twice daily, 7:28 and 12:30 weekdays on WDUX.
You're listening to WDUX, and I have a girls' basketball score to pass along to you. It was Wapaka over Shawano, 43-32.
Thank you very much, Brenda Lee, and that makes our Friday very interesting and exciting on the radio for round 2 of girls' high school playoffs on WDUX as Wapaka makes it by their first round as well. Once again, here at Waiwega Fremont High School in Division 3, it's Waiwega Fremont over Winneconne, 46-41. We're now joined by Coach Joel Titus. It didn't start very great. Low shooting percentage, a battle of attrition, bodies hitting the floor. We even had some makeshift rosters on both teams. And as John and I agreed, and I'm sure you will, you just got to get by a game like this and get yourself to Friday. But what a game it was today. A grind the whole way.
Yeah, it was, Winneconne came in here very prepared. Rob did a good job with his girls. We had a difficult time finishing, quite frankly, in the first half. And, we make half those shots. It's a 10-point game at halftime. And same thing in the second half. I mean, we were able to get a lot of opportunities. The girls did a good job getting open. We struggled capitalizing down the post.
And I thought it was survival mode most of the game, especially once Jenny went out. But, I thought my personal opinion was that Waiwega Fremont did not play exceptionally well in this game on either end. However, I point to the Shanek free throws with 44 seconds. I point to the offensive rebound of Hulbert with 15 seconds. And I point to her big three-pointer with 4:30. Now, not playing well, but still making plays. And a lot of times when you're in survival mode or you're in tournament mode, sometimes it comes down to players making plays.
Yeah, that's very correct, John. I think we had a lot of cases where, we weren't running our offense real well. We weren't setting screens. I don't know if that was game 1 playoff jitters. Obviously, you guys were here last Thursday. Definitely, the intensity I don't think was there as much, but at the same time, the girls did what they needed to do.
Right.
We made some really good decisions there at the end. When Mariah got that late offensive rebound, her bringing it out, that's the kind of thing that we have to have. We had a couple of plays that, maybe we could have done a little bit differently, but at the same time, the things that we may not have done the things we wanted to do, but we did the things we needed to do.
Amen.
Big question. How is Jenny Hellwig?
I don't know. I know she's in with our trainer right now. I don't even want to speculate at this point. But obviously that's a game changer for us, obviously. And all we can do is, be about who we are, not be about who we are not. And, we're not going to be the only team that we face that's lost players. We're just going to have to, we have Jenny for Friday and we have Sid for Friday.
Right.
If we do, we do. We don't, we don't.
And, Joel, I know you take this the right way because you know me well enough to know that Xavier was here. They had the luxury of having the bye. They're watching the teams that they're going to face. And you know what? You held your cards close. You really didn't give up the good nuggets today, did you?
Well, I tell you what, I would have taken a nugget tonight. We knew that they'd be here tonight, and we also know that, I'm sure they got 4 or 5 tapes of us as well.
Right.
So, honestly, it wasn't really a matter of holding anything back tonight. At one point, maybe if it's a different kind of ball game, maybe that's how we play it.
Right.
But tonight we played to win, and basically we'll give them our playbook and say, hey, this is what we're going to do. I mean, because if we execute, it's going to work. And so they, they didn't see a lot of execution tonight, but hopefully we'll put forth a little bit, better intensity and a little bit better effort on Friday. And I know our girls can do it, as you guys know as well.
One thing that stands out with your group of girls is they seem to be very strong-willed and tough-minded. You lose one of your top players for sure, and it was like, no, we don't fold the tent. We win this game. We hang in there. We play on, and and for a junior-dominated team, that's really a positive thing for you.
Yeah, and you're right, John. I mean, I think that the girls, they dug pretty deep tonight. And I think there may have been a little bit of possibly an emotional letdown after Thursday's game, which I think can be expected. But I think that, the things that they needed to do, they did tonight. And, they played hard. It wasn't for a lack of effort tonight. It was, I think we were just a little bit jittery. And, that might have showed a little bit. But, we're going to put our best effort on the floor in Appleton on Friday.
Just one page of the chapter, and we will continue to turn that page as we get in later in the week. Joel, congratulations.
Thanks, Josh.
As always, thank you so much. Always gracious with your time, and absolutely wonderful to watch the girls, no matter what kind of game it is. And again, that's why we get Fremont 46, Winneconne 41. John, I'll quickly go over the individual scoring, leading all on the floor tonight. Mariah Hulbert really stepping up, 19 points in this one. That's 16 all in the second half. 13 for Macy Shenek. She goes 7 of 7 from the line. 8 for Danielle Ostring and 6 for Jenny Hellwig. And on the other side of the ledger for Winneconne, they do have 2 in double digits, 12 for Courtney Swanlin. What a performance for that sophomore tonight. 10 for Michaela Russell off the bench. 6 for Kristen McAdoe. 4s for both Holly Van Dam as well as MJ Boehm. 3 points for Jenna Brine and 2 points for Carly Volk. And again, it all adds up to a 46-41 Indian win, and they move on to Friday.
I was really impressed with Hulbert's patience tonight. Everybody knows she's got a great three-point stroke. She's a solid player, great decision maker, great free throw shooter. But they did a good job on her tonight. Team defense, individual defense, and yet she didn't force it. She just let the game kind of come to her whenever that was going to be. She only got off 13 shots, and a number of those were offensive putbacks or putback attempts. So she didn't get a normal amount of shots from perimeter, but she stayed very patient. And when those opportunities came, she really came through. At one point, she made 6 consecutive shots there, and that was mostly in the second half. So she did a terrific job. The stats for the game, neither team shooting very well. Wyowega Fremont, 16 out of 51 for 31%. They did a decent job in the free throw line, especially in the fourth quarter. 11 of 17, 2 giant ones by Shenek down the stretch, and that really put the game in their favor. The rebounds at the end of the day were about even, 33-30 on the side of Winneconne. But again, Wyowega doing a better job on the defensive glass in the second half, much better job than they did in the first half. But they also had 19 turnovers, and they had 13 of those in the second half, so that kind of bit them in the second half. But they managed to hold on. Winneconne, I should say, 15 out of 47 from the field, 33%. They improved in the second half with their shooting, and 5 of 9 from the free throw line. Big advantage there for Wyowega Fremont. Again, they out-rebounded Wyowega by 3, but the big number for Winneconne, 24 big turnovers, and they turned it over in the fourth quarter. When the game was 2, 3, 4 points, they'd have a big turnover, and, those lost possessions are crucial, especially tournament time. Wyowega does just enough to escape with the win tonight.
Well, again, don't want to look too far in the past there, but last Thursday, this Wyowega Fremont team knocks off Amherst. They now get into a grinder with Winneconne, able to squeak by here. Now they're going to face the Xavier Hawks, who finished all alone in third in the Eastern Valley, 12-4 in the conference, 17-5 overall. We will have that for you on the air Friday, and that should be a 6:43 game and a 7 o'clock start. But before then, tomorrow night, it's Chicago at the Bucks, and then we have Badgers in the Big Ten tourney in the late part of this week. And then Thursday, we still have some unfinished business in boys basketball. It's sectional semifinals in Division 4. It's Amherst versus Stratford at DC Everest. Terry Nellis and I will have that for you. That'll actually be a 7:30 tip-off on Thursday night. And then Friday, that's Waiwega Fremont. We will likely have that game for you at Xavier on the FM side. And then the Wapaka girls got by their first round. We'll have them on the AM 800 also on Friday. Well, John, as always, thank you so much for your time tonight.
My pleasure. And the remaining boys team in the area, being Amherst, we wish them the best. Greg Jensen, of course, as per usual, doing a standout job with his present group of young men, and we wish them the best against Stratford up in DC Everest, and hopefully they can make some noise this year.
They have very inspired play to knock off Auburndale. But once again, from Waiwega Fremont High School here in girls Division 4, Division 3 sub-regionals, it's Waiwega Fremont 46, moving on to knock off Winneconne 41. I want to thank all of our sponsors that make these broadcasts possible. For my partner, John Wright, here, and for Brenda Lee, the engineer back in the studio, this is John Hammond. Again, thanking you for listening. And until later this week, have a great week, everybody.
You have been listening to exciting high school basketball on WDUX. Brought to you by your WDUX High School Sports Boosters. Proudly backing the Waiwega Fremont Indians on WDUX are Katie's IGA, Bay Lake Bank, Bay Wilson of Remax, Shambo and Lyons, Neville Motors GM, Farmer State Bank, County Post West, Fire on Ice, Klein Hansen Delkey Funeral Home, First National Bank, and AgroPure.